All right, let us review quiz number 12. Now we're really digging into the geeky stuff. And we were talking about analog to digital conversions. So if you're changing your analog signal, we're changing it into those ones and zeros, however we're going to process them or deliver them. It's based on a sample rate, okay? And the thing about that sample rate is you want it to, at some point, you've got to know what the time is. So every A to D converter is going to need some kind of clock source. Excuse me. Yeah, so it is true that you need a clock source for your A to D conversions. The buffer. So we've run into that probably several times. The more plugins that you use, the faster you wanted to record. You might have had something that popped up on the screen and said, Pro Tools can't keep up, increase your buffer size. Okay, we did that. But why don't we take a second and try to at least get a little bit idea of what a buffer is and what it's doing. So the idea of a buffer is it's taking in information at irregular intervals, right? As fast or as slow as it's coming in from wherever it's the microphone or it's replaying or if it's processing. All that information is coming in at different rates. And then what its job is to regulate it and send it out at regular intervals so that we hear it the way it's supposed to be heard. Good. All right. Jitter. Now, jitter is in a digital system if that buffer's not keeping up or if there's some glitch along the way, you can get jitter where the time does not line up exactly the way that it is supposed to. We're going to get at the end about whether, all jitter is bad, some is worse than others. Drift. Drift is something that would happen in old analog studios where they wouldn't sync up correctly. As that would happen, maybe you would lose sync because they weren't using the same clock source, or if something was too fast or something was too slow. But then I converted that to be the answer to this question is that drift would be more like analog timing errors. So jitter would be digital, drift would be an analog timing error. And the last one, I was talking about jitter, how some of it can be much worse than others. If you have what's called sampling jitter, that is permanent, and that is that's bad. If the jitter is if the problem with the jitter is as it's coming in, as it's being recorded, as it's drawing, then you can't fix it, right? If it's just on playback, then that's not a problem. If you play it one time and you get jitter, and you play it another time you don't get jitter, then it's not permanent. Okay, so there we are. Thank you very much, and keep it curly.